Welcome to Ashy, Classy, Ratchet, Righteous. Ashy, Classy, Ratchet, Righteous. Welcome to the podcast. You never know how I'm feeling. Sometimes I might feel a little ashy. Sometimes I might feel a little classy. Sometimes I might be feeling a little ratchet. And you know, sometimes I can get a little righteous. What up, what up, what up, what up? Hey, welcome to episode 6. Another episode of Ashy, Classy, Ratchet, Righteous. Ashy, Classy, Ratchet, Righteous. Yeah, I'm your boy Tassa the Gospel Poet, and you already know, I stand with Jay. No cap. That's not true. See, cause shout out, you know what? Shout out to the homie. Shout out to the big homie Kaepernick. Yeah, shout out to the big homie Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? I rocks with Cap all day. Back when Cap first took that knee, I rock with Cap. When Cap got that lawsuit, I rock with Cap. And now that Jay stepping up, I still rock with Cap. And you know what? I stand with Jay. See? I can stand with Jay and I can rock with Cap. See? Because here's something you probably don't know. Well, I think a lot of people do know. They just forget about it. Jay-Z been out here grinding. And now this is something you might not know. I made a poem about Jay-Z. Shoot, I don't know. It's been 4 or 5 years, maybe. I don't know. When he came out with the Magna Carta Holy Grail, I made a poem called Standing. The poem was called Snatching Back the Holy Grail, right? Because I disagree with Jay-Z when it comes to some religious things, you know what I'm saying? When it deals with religion and stuff like that, I disagree with Jay-Z. I don't know what Jay-Z religious views are, but based on things he said in the past, I don't rock with Jay when it comes to religion. But you know what though? Unfortunately, the world we live in is bigger than religion. And I know some of my religious people are going to be mad when I say that. Yes, I said it. The world we live in is bigger than religion. I didn't say the world is bigger than God. I said the world is bigger than religion. See? Because you got to remember, everybody don't rock with God. So you can't rock with people who only rock with God because everybody don't rock with God. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm trying to hang out with Jay and go party with Jay. Which, I mean, if he did invite me out to one of his little shindigs, I might go. It depends. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I got there and they was doing some crazy type stuff, then I probably would bounce. But I'm sure, if it was just your normal, typical standard Hollywood event, I mean, yeah, you want to give me a free entrance to $1,000 shindig, because they'd be costing thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying, to go to some of them parties, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll shiggy my little butt up in there, you know what I mean? And grab me a wall somewhere, because I don't dance or whatever. But anyway, look at this. Getting to the story at hand. Because Jay-Z been out here grinding. When it comes to social issues, I'm not upset about Jay-Z with this new partnership with the NFL. Jay been out here grinding. Jay been out here paying people legal fees that a lot of people don't talk about. When people been having these situations, like the Trayvon Martin's, shoot, I don't know if it's Meek Mill or not, but 21 Savage, but these rappers and stuff who been getting in trouble, some kind of trouble, low key. Jay been the one who been there for him in the background, putting up big money for him. You know what I'm saying? In other social issues, Jay been putting a lot of money into social issues. He's been doing with the film stuff. He been pouring money into films, back in different films and all that kind of stuff. So, excuse me, I'm sorry if I still get the foaming at the mouth because, this kind of stuff get me hyped, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like I'm almost from New York, you know what I mean? Nah, I'm just playing. But look, real talk though, Jay been grinding though, you know what I'm saying? And this is the one thing about Kaepernick, right? I hear a lot of people talk about Kaepernick where they was talking about Kaepernick like, oh, he only doing this for publicity. He lost his starting job, all that kind of crazy mess. And to keep it real with you, you know what? Okay, so he lost his job, or his starting job, right? And he decided to take a knee. Well, if you don't, you know what? Most people probably don't know this. That's why they use that excuse. Him losing his starting job versus him taking a knee is not even comparable. That's apple to oranges. Him taking a knee based on this country's history with racism was a death sentence. People in this country who has fought against racism has lost their life at times. They definitely have lost jobs. They have lost their economic footing, you know, where they lost not only jobs, but they've lost their source of income. They lost their revenue. They lost, you know, they became pretty much like social outcasts. You know what I mean? So everything that they had built up was all like for nothing, and they just kind of like just kept pushed in a dark corner somewhere. They was forced to like just fend, you know, live. And, you know, like just pretty much cut out of existence almost. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes death has been better for some people because, you know, they killed the greats. You know what I'm saying? You know, they killed King, Medgar Evers, and you know, shoot. I mean, I'm not going to try to sit there and start naming all the people, but anyway, you know, one of the things I learned, man, about, you know, and this is the thing I love about, you know, the beauty of the Bible, man. Because one of the things I learned about the Bible, man, especially dealing like when you look at Kaepernick, one of the things I learned about the Bible is you don't get to pick your heroes. And sometimes your heroes don't even get to pick the hero. You know what I mean? Some heroes don't even ask to be heroes. They just become heroes because they accept it when it comes. You know, so sometimes the hero's background ain't the background we want them to have. You feel me? You know what I mean? So that's one thing I learned about the Bible, man. That sometimes the people who are heroes aren't the ones we pick. They pick us. And sometimes they don't even know they picked us. You know what I mean? Sometimes something just happens in their life and they just be the moment to where they like, you know what? I got to do something. I know I ain't the one to do it, but who else going to do it? So they pick up the mantle. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have been talking about the social injustices in this country. But Kaepernick was the one that got everybody's attention. But here's the thing though. Cap did what he had to do for the time he had to do it in. But now, because of racism in this country, this is something we've been dealing with for a long time. We already know that one method never sticks. So you got to change your method up. So now in comes Jay-Z. And after a few years, somebody else is going to come in and pick up the mantle from Jay. So Jay's picked up the mantle from Cap. So now, hopefully, when Jay gets this stuff going with the NFL, it opens doors for somebody else to pick up the mantle. You know what I'm saying? Because racism, man, this is a fight. Racism is too ingrained in this country, so it's not going away no time soon. It's a fight. Racism, you know, hell, we fought the Civil War because of racism. People literally put their lives on the line fighting for racism. Those who want to keep it and those who thought it was time to move past it. And I know, I'm sorry, I'm down south, I know, and some of my southern friends, southern kinfolk, even neighbors ain't gonna like that statement, but it is what it is. Civil War was about the legacy of racism. One wanted to keep it. The other one, you know, I ain't gonna sit there and throw flowers at the North like they didn't have racism, because they had it too. They just was more progressive at the time and thought, hey, this racism is a little bit too bad. We want to move to a more pleasant racism. You know what I mean? Which is why we still got Kaepernick 150 years later. Like, hey, buddy, y'all can't be doing this kind of stuff. Y'all killing folks in the streets, you know, and y'all supposed to be the ones protecting them, you know. Or, hey, why is it that everybody's bragging about this economy is so great, but then yet black folks ain't really benefiting? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, black unemployment is up, but the black wealth ain't. The distance between, you know, the average white income and average black income didn't increase. I mean, didn't shrink. It's still the same. So yeah, the unemployment rate is what it is. The unemployment rate is lower, but those ain't good paying jobs. Those are just low paying jobs. So yeah, you got a lot of people working now. Yeah, McDonald's is hiring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, good. But they ain't putting nobody raising no families off McDonald's. I'm sorry, nobody raising no families off McDonald's. You know, and you know what? And all I'm gonna say is, my black folks, don't get caught up in the okie doke. Don't get fooled by the okie doke. We've seen this movie before, right? Jay-Z versus Kaepernick. This movie's been a movie we've seen plenty of times. Du Bois versus Booker T. Washington. Malcolm versus Martin. Two people fighting for the same thing just trying to go about it in different ways, and people are sitting there cheerleading for both sides to make it sound like they both fighting for something different when they fighting for the same thing. So yeah, I stand with Jay, and I also rock with Cap. Some of y'all, if y'all can't do that, I'm sorry, that's for y'all. Y'all deal with it. But for me, I'm about progress. I'm about the best things moving forward, the best things to see true equality in this country, the best thing to see this country be a real country. You know what I'm saying? All them things the forefathers talked about equality and liberty and all that, I want to see liberty and justice for all. I want to see that. I truly do want to see that. I want to see the day when there is no income gap between the races or anything like that, where the only income gap you probably going to see is between maybe the educated, the uneducated. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only wage gap we should see is between the skilled and the unskilled. Because yes, if you're unskilled, you're not going to make the money as a skilled. Your economic structure, your economic value shouldn't be a correlation of your race. I'm just saying. It is what it is. You feel me? But anyway, hey, like I said, I stand with Cap and I stand with Jay. Deal with it.